live from Brood Awakenings on Bald Hill Road in Warwick, Rhode Island. It's the Mike and Brad Show.
Hey!
I'm Mike and that's Brad.
I'm Brad. Nice to
We
see
have
you.
somebody behind the camera today.
We do. So, as you know, Tom Batista quit due to financial reasons, budget reasons.
I call it forced out. He didn't quit. Yeah,
Yeah,
we forced him out.
I don't want to make him feel bad, but we have a new
It was
producer.
uncomfortable. The guy was real hairy. We
was
couldn't
very
operate.
Yeah, he was very hairy.
You know.
We have a guest producer, Nick the Mercenary Medeiros is here for all of our needs. So if we need fact checking, we have a guy now. We have our own.
Yes, because we were
Jamie.
totally unchecked.
Yep.
Totally unchecked, giving the masses wrong information or disinformation, as they like to call it nowadays.
The first topic does not need to be fact checked because we lived it. Recently, so Mike and I, you may or may not know this, stand-up comedians. Obviously not very successful, but we do stand-up comedy. And recently, I was at a gig. We have what we call nightmare gigs from time to time. And we were in a rare night where Mike and I did the same nightmare gig, but not at the same time. So a local booker, comedian, hires me to do this show, but he also hired me to do another show 45 minutes away. So he's like, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna open this show, and then you're gonna fly to get to the other show to close that one, which is a little stressful. You know what I mean? You're gonna be at two places at once. It's stressful.
It's called doubling up.
That's right. We're teaching you about the biz. So I'm like, all right. So I get to the show, and everyone's eating and like pretty chill, a lot of Italian food. And I won't say the venue, you know, or the guy.
There's no need to bash the venue.
Yeah, no. So they're eating. There's nothing against them. There's a great venue. So they're eating the food and everything, and I'm like, man, like, we got to get this going because I got to get to this other gig. So I'm asking the booker guy, I'm like, hey, are we going to start soon? You know, you got me at this other. He's like, oh yeah, we're going to start soon, brother. So anyways, that's.
And we're not going to give away the
We're not going to say who it is.
We're not going to give away the booker with that impersonation right there either.
Could be anybody. It was Carrot Top. So we're finally starting the show. And it's tough.
Typical. I'm not going to give away the venue, and then he just nails the impersonation of the booker. Leaving no mistake whatsoever who the show is for. But continue, because I'm over here saying, all right, we did the same nightmare gig, but I'm trying to figure out what gig it is.
Now you know.
But yet you keep, like the audience at home, you're keeping them on the edge of their seat.
Oh, yeah.
I am also on the edge of my seat waiting for this, because God.
So we finally start. So this comedian's going to go up, and she's just going to do a few minutes, and then bring me up, and I'm going to do 20 minutes, and then I got to get the hell out of there to fly to this other gig. Well, it's a full room. There's like circle tables. Every table's full, and there's a table right up front, like really close to where the comedian stands. That'll be relevant.
I know the gig.
Yeah, this will be relevant in a minute, the location of the situation. She's almost done with her set and is about to introduce me. And a guy right in front, the closest gentleman in the audience to the comedian. So comedian performing, gentleman right there.
Right there. Which is normally a great spot for somebody to be.
Normally, except when they start dying. Not a great place to be seated at the comedy show if you're going to die in some sort of way. I feel bad making a joke about that, and I really, really hope this guy's still alive.
I have had word.
He's alive?
He did survive. He's not dead.
Oh,
but,
thank God.
But we
I'd
didn't
be
know
a
that.
monster.
Good.
I would be a monster if he was dead. But he was having, I don't know if he was choking, having a heart attack. Something really bad was happening. I didn't know what to do.
Because he was taken out by ambulance and everything.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
And this happened during the show.
Yeah, she's about to bring me up. He starts dying. Someone, thankfully, who knows how to save a life. I don't know what the hell to do. But
Killing is also good in comedy. Like we talked to you about doubling up, but killing is a term in the business. But But dying, just
Yeah.
straight up dying, is not part of the act.
You
That's
don't
not
wanna-
what we do.
You don't want to kill literally.
No.
Yes, no, it's figuratively you want to kill at a show. So someone ran over, is helping him. They called 911, and everyone's just looking at each other awkwardly, like, what do we do? And then this Booker guy comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, brother, this is really screwing us up." He's like, "Oh man, bad timing."
A little wrinkle in the lineup. A little wrinkle in the lineup.
He's like, I don't know what we're gonna do, brother. I gotta get you to that other show.
Like everybody's like saying Hail Marys and praying to their rosary, and the host is like, "Up next, Brad Pierce."
Well, not yet, not yet. So we're talking, and he's like, "Yeah, hopefully for both of our sakes, he's all right." You know what I mean? Because we're gonna keep the show going. So the paramedics got there pretty quick. They take him out, but not away. Like out of the building, but
Work
there's
on him in the
windows,
ambulance.
and there's ambulance lights flashing in the windows while this is going on. So he's like, "Well, we're gonna keep going." So he tells the comedian, "Continue," but she's almost done. So she's basically like looking around. She's like, "Oh wow, everyone, please say a quick prayer for that gentleman."
A prayer.
There's lights. The ambulance
Yeah.
lights flashing. She goes, "And up next we have Brad Pierce."
Hey. And then Brad goes up
I
there,
literally
and
go
Brad's
up.
act is to shit on people. It's like,
My first words were, I was like, "You guys really had to make it all about you, didn't you, tonight?" Dude, but here's the crazy thing. The table where this guy was sitting with his friends, none of them got up and left. So they just look sad. There's a guy looking at me like this, my whole set, just like,
I wonder
Like he
if
just
my
wa-
friend's dead.
right, but doesn't leave the comedy show.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So now every other seat except the front seat is full. So only that seat's empty. And I had to do 20 minutes with a guy being revived in the parking lot with the lights flashing through the window. So now the reason I said Mike, because Mike wasn't there yet, Mike was the closer. So I got through the hardest and most awkward set of my life and left. And then you had to come in and finish.
I came in from another hell gig.
Who died at that one?
It was horrible. Like during my host set, people were getting up. Like it was a birthday party for a lady. I think she was 60.
Okay.
And it was a small party, and it was at the Cranston Country Club. But so I start doing my set, and this is before the cake. Perfect timing. That's when you do it, before the cake. People getting up and leaving and saying goodbye during my whole thing. It was just horrible, horrible. But so I head over there, and I called the booker.
Who will remain nameless.
We will remain nameless.
I hope he doesn't
Called
die
him,
for all of us.
and he said, "Oh, Mikey, you gotta get here. You gotta save the show, brother. You gotta save the show, brother. They're really not into it. They're not into it. You know."
You think we're talking like Hulk Hogan? Is that what you're saying?
I said, "Why? What's going on?" He said, "I'll explain when you get here." And now I was coming in hot, and he knew. And then coming in hot means like you're coming in.
Yeah,
I'll probably have to
right
come
to the
in,
mic.
and it's timed perfectly. That's the danger of doubling up. Doubling up is awesome, but you run the risk traffic. The other show not starting in time. This
Yeah.
show going too fast.
It's very
You
stressful.
Try to get within a half hour, and you're good. I was coming in hot, and I knew I was coming in hot. So I walk in, and the crowd was dead, literally. It was like dead, and the guy on stage wasn't doing well at all.
Wow.
I go see John.
Who?
Shh.
No, he means, it's a code name. Nick behind the camera thought we were imitating Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
he
he
thought
thought we
Hulk
talking
Hogan
about
was,
Hulk, brother.
Hulk Hogan was the booker.
This is the Hulk Hogan of comedy in Rhode Island. And so I go see him real quick, and he says, "Hey, yeah, you gotta get him. You gotta get him." And I
Mike
go
had to
up.
revive.
I had no clue what happened. It wasn't until afterwards when I was talking to him
Oh, he didn't tell you
'cause we
someone
talked.
died?
Nobody know. I didn't know.
Wow.
And then I get up there, and just like you, that table right in front of me, the one empty seat was like Ted Williams' seat. You know, they keep it on a, nobody sits in it. And it was like, I thought that was weird. And I thought there was really no energy with that one table.
Yeah, I wonder
had
why.
no idea. And, but I brought the same energy I always do and everything.
I got to be honest, I'm jealous. I wish I didn't know.
Yeah, and it
knowing messed with me the whole time.
Yeah, I had no idea.
You're better
And I
off.
just went up there, and it wasn't until afterwards, and I was like, you were telling me, I was saying, oh, that's why that table. But the funny part was, like you said, nobody left.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, if one of my good
It
friends,
did
or
take
family
me a
members
couple
is
weeks
dying,
to find out.
probably going to leave the show.
Yeah, he actually vomited on the floor.
Oh, that's
And they
right,
were-
because they
yeah.
were cleaning it during the beginning of my
They
set.
came out the sand like the guy in schools, the janitor, and put sand down at. And up next, Brad Pitt.
No, literally during the beginning of my set, they were still cleaning it.
Nuts.
Yeah. Show business, ladies and gentlemen. It's really wild.
Yeah.
Which
Go to
brings me
school.
to my next
Go to
question.
school and you don't have to be a comedian.
Get a real job. Which brings me to my next question. If you had to spend 1 month in a canoe or a hot air balloon, what would you choose?
You're assuming I can get into a canoe. God.
You gotta live 1 month in a canoe or a hot air balloon. Which one?
Oh, it'd be a canoe. Hot air balloon, no way. No way.
Get you scared of? I'm scared of heights.
I'm not scared of heights, but I don't trust the balloon. It just goes up and it goes down. Do you know how they operate?
I would never go in one,
Well,
but
they,
no, I
what they
don't
do
know.
is there's like
There's a guy up there.
there's an airstream. All
Okay.
airplanes, they get above and they get an airstream.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. So a balloon, their only control is up and down. That's it.
Okay.
That's the only control they have. So they go up and get the airstream, and then it takes them.
Okay.
And when they want to come down, they come down.
All right. So
That's
you're doing the canoe.
I'll do the canoe, even though I don't like the water. I don't like the ocean or anything. So it will have to be fresh water.
Oh, you're being
Lincoln Park.
You're being very picky about this.
Well, it's I got to make.
Whatever
How
it's like-
much? How much? How long?
No, there's
A whole
no money.
year?
I wanted to change it up. It's 1 month. I just want to know what you'd prefer to live in.
Canoe.
Okay. All right. That was a quick one. I don't want to talk about football quite yet. That's going to take too much. I wanted to ask you how the New Year's resolution's coming along.
It's going
if
good.
If you missed last week's episode, so this previous year, if you didn't know, Mike had a serious health scare and had to have his gallbladder removed, and he had like pancreatitis or whatever, and he was dying or whatever. So you would think normally his New Year's resolution would be to get healthy. But no, we learned last week his New Year's resolution is to be meaner to people. Is that how we word it?
I wouldn't say medium. Just not taking shit. Yeah. I said, so if I'm not going to take shit, I got to look the part.
Which is why we have the
Which
goatee.
explains the goatee.
This is Goatee Mike. Goatee Mike don't take shit from nobody.
Goatee Mike doesn't take shit. And
So how's it been going this
It's
week?
been working out. A couple
Yeah.
of, nothing really spectacular to report.
Any
but I
fights?
guess people can see the tone in my voice and everything,
And they see it clearly. You're
Most
not
of the time-
This guy's not messing around. Look at that.
Well, it's mainly Kathy getting the brunt of it right now. So my wife, so she says something and I'll just put her in her place right away. The old Mike would be like, yes, honey, no problem, honey. Now it's like,
Mike goes, you
Yeah.
see this? You see this? Get back in the kitchen.
yeah, it's like, the ladies have been lining up. So,
Let's just hope they're not KC fans. So speaking of which, the new tough guy Mike, goatee, obviously he's not screwing around. He's a tough guy now. That's the new image. Earlier today, I was talking with our guest producer Nick, and somehow the old show, "Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?" came up. Do you remember that with Jeff
Yes.
Foxworthy? He's like, "Oh, if you pick your nose, you might be a fifth grader," or whatever the hell he says. There was a big show, which leads to, but that's not the question. The question is, how many fifth graders do you think you could take in a fight at the same time?
they're all on me?
Yeah, how many you think you could take?
That's a good question.
Are you tougher than a fifth grader? This could be a show.
Well, the secret to that is
Okay.
you could probably be 20 of them. It don't matter. The secret is you take down the biggest fifth grader first. It's like prison. It's like prison, right? You go after the biggest fifth grader first. The one with that little tiny stupid mustache. He looks like Pedro. You go up to him and just nail him. Nail him. And then all the other fifth graders will be like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
If any fifth grader has a
It's
mustache.
a much easier fight after you hit the first fifth grader. Now, Mean Mike, old Mike, want to go after the fattest fifth grader.
Oh, this
The
is
new
mean,
Mike, you got to do it.
right after.
You got to do it.
You slug
Yeah.
that little kid
I
in
would
the
say
face.
I could take on at least, minimum, 15 fifth graders. But they have to be in a ring so they can't get away.
This is the best television game show idea of all time. Are you tougher than a fifth grader? Like, welcome to this week's episode. Mike
I'm
will be
not
taking
sexist
on.
enough. They gotta all be boys.
Well,
so-
yeah, we're not.
but
Yeah,
I'm not
we're
gonna push a girl.
We're not monsters.
Yeah, we're not
We're only-
animals.
we're only
What kind of animal would you? I'm only gonna look. They're all probably punks anyway.
They deserve. They have it coming.
They probably get away with shit at home.
Yeah. Not here. You're
Not in the ring.
Not with Mike. Not with that
Mean
goatee.
Mike. Not with Mean Mike.
Is there a height requirement to the fifth graders?
Is there a height requirement? No, but they have to be legit fifth graders.
A legit.
Can you check that? What's the age?
If
of a
you
fifth
stayed back for 3 years, no, that's
grader?
unfair.
No. Legit fifth
A
grader.
legit fifth grader. What age is a fifth grader?
Yeah, he's good. We're fact checking. This is why it's good we have a producer
Yeah.
today. He's going to check right now what is the average age of fifth graders, so we get an idea of what size we're dealing with in this combat situation
Yeah.
you're in here, because this
And-
could get serious.
There'll probably be parents volunteering their kids for this.
Well, yeah, people need
like,
money.
you know, I could just see the ad promoting it. Like, hey, do you want?
10 or 11. Hey, 10 or 11 can be pretty tough. And you got to
That changes
understand,
thing. That might bring it down to like 12.
some
12 fifth
kids,
graders.
some 10 or 11-year-olds, they might be in boxing or wrestling, like they do karate. They might go right for your groin.
Yeah.
How many do you think you could take? 12?
Well, since they're 11 now, that's
Yeah,
a little, that changes
yeah.
things. These kids, you watch the Little League World Series.
Yeah,
Some of these kids are like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, some
and they're
serious
12.
athletes. Yeah.
You
So
know?
how many do you think you could take?
Well, if I can wear a cup,
sure,
if
you
they're
can wear
gonna
a
be
cup.
going after my
Protective
junk.
gear. You can wear a mouthpiece.
yeah, they're gonna
a
be
cup.
going after my junk.
Yeah.
If I know I'm protected down there in a mouthpiece, 12 fifth graders.
All right. Well, look, if there's anybody out there with an absorbent amount of money that wants to produce the greatest television show, maybe in history. Anyways, moving on. It's going to be hard.
So now you're probably sitting there at home and it's like, how did that quest even enter Brad Pierce's mind?
It actually came from a conversation with our producer today, which brings me, so on the subject of tough guy, Mike, if you could choose between super speed or super strength, what would you choose?
Strength all day long.
Yeah, why is that? Because to get fast, you'd have to lose weight.
Yeah, well, speed, I mean, what are you gonna do? Run away from shit all the time? I'm not running away from these
No,
fifth
you
graders.
smash 'em.
Exactly. I'm in the ring with fucking 12 fifth graders. I'm gonna beat some ass. So I need strength, not speed.
Okay, all
They
right.
come to me. I don't even have to move. Let them come towards me.
All right. Which brings us to, we're going flying right through. I had a list of a lot of topics, and we're
Yeah,
flying right
that's
through.
fine.
It's going to be tough to beat this one. All right. So as you know, we don't discuss politics on the Mike and Brad show. So this isn't going to be political, though it might sound like it at the beginning. If you had to choose which cartoon character should be the president of the United States, which cartoon character would you like to see?
Oh, all right. And it's not like a resemblance of who the cover.
No, just
like any cartoon character, who
yeah.
it should be.
Yeah, I'll start. I would choose Butthead from
Beavis,
and then Beavis
I
could
would
be
have
the
guessed you would have did that.
Beavis would be the vice president. That'd be great.
That would be hysterical. That would be hysterical.
His
but-
State of the Union address would
But
be
there'd
amazing.
be no funnier world than Peter Griffin as president.
He would be a good president.
And he was actually mayor at one time. Didn't he have his own town?
Oh, probably.
I think he had his own town once. He was mayor.
Adam
Yeah.
West is great.
Peter
man.
Griffin would be awesome. Yeah, I don't think I would like the funny guy. You know
I'd like to see Qbert.
who?
See, I thought that's a video game, I guess. That's not really a cartoon.
No,
Do you know who Cubit is?
that's nerdy. Cubit was like a, I don't know.
Show him a picture of Cubit. I don't think it's technically a cartoon.
We all know who the greatest president was, and that's Camacho.
Oh yeah, President Camacho from
President Camacho
from
was-
Idiocracy.
Oh,
If you-
greatest,
the best.
and what's his name?
It's got like 10 names. Mountain Dew is one of them.
What's his real name?
Oh, Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. Terry Crews. He's on.
So that's Cubit. Show it in the camera. That's Cubit.
Yeah.
That's a video game, though. I guess it's technically not a car, but just
Yeah,
I would like to
that's
see
just
that guy
really
run things.
stupid game.
Okay, that's all
It
right.
looks like a stupid game.
It is. So all right. So that answers that question.
President Camacho was the greatest president
was.
on TV ever.
Ever.
And
It's not
but
even
I
close.
think Peter Griffin would be awesome, and you say that's cool. Yeah.
So, all right. So I knew at some point we were going to have to address this, but it fills me with rage. But we have to discuss that the damn Chiefs beat the Bills. The Bills are now 0-4 against Kansas City in the playoffs. The Bills, as you know, the most famous franchise in sports history for losing. They lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. What do you do if you're a Bills fan? Like, are you excited for next year if
That's
you're a
gonna
Bills
be
fan?
the toughest team to get behind
Next year.
I mean, even the Red Sox during the 86 years were still had some World Series under their belts.
Yeah.
These guys, and I've been to Buffalo 4 games. I went
Mm.
to see Patriots play there. I went to see Drew Bledsoe's first game against the Patriots
Oh,
at
wow.
Buffalo. And so it's a horrible stadium. It's like Mount Pleasant High has a better stadium. It's absolutely horrible. But their fans are nuts. They're
Yeah,
like-
they smash each other through
Is-
tables.
yeah,
Well, because they gotta be nuts. The team always loses. They have all this testosterone and rage
Yeah.
built in them.
It's imagine
Where are
putting
we
paint on.
time-wise?
21:38.
All right, this is
Oh,
our last
perfect.
topic. Yep.
How about imagine being like a crazy Bills fan where you put, here's what I think of when I watch games, when they scan the crowd and it's a losing team like the Bills or teams that never really win it, the Browns, and you'll see them like the Raiders, they're decked out with all this
Yeah.
stuff. They take all day putting that
Yeah,
stuff on.
for them
So
to
I
lose.
just think about the walk back to their car, and you know their wives hate them.
Oh, yeah.
Their wives hate these
Yeah,
guys.
assuming they
It's
have
like,
a
you know,
wife.
because that day, that starts off, and the only person who thinks it's cool is him.
Yeah.
And they go there, and they got all this stuff on, their body paint, and then just lose like that.
I can't.
I
hate-
wanted, this was year, I was saying, this is a Bills
All,
year.
he kept telling me, he's like, KC can't beat the Bills. I was like,
KC,
you watch. You
it's
watch. That
mind-boggling.
damn Chiefs always find
I
a way
hate the
to win.
Eagles, and I want them to crush.
Isn't it crazy we got to root for the Eagles? How crazy is that?
That's crazy that we have to root
We
for the
have
Eagles.
to root for the Eagles. That's what we are.
Unbelievable.
That's how sad things are right now in
sad.
sports.
It's sad. But go Eagles, fly,
Yeah.
Eagles, fly. Did you see?
EAGL.
Did you see it? Not.
But they
did
said it spelled it wrong? Yeah.
the mayor.
Yeah,
It was
that's
the
so
mayor of Philadelphia chanted Eagles in front of a press conference, and she spelled it like
She spelled it wrong.
ELGS. Eagles.
She spelled it wrong, which is hilarious.
Oh, they buried
It
her
was
for it.
so funny. Somebody please beat these damn Chiefs. I can't take it anymore. It's driving me insane. Do you think he had the first down? By the way, I think he had the
I
first
think he
down.
had it. I think
he had the
everything's
first
against
down.
it because they want that three-peat thing.
Yeah, plus they want
Let me tell you
Swifties.
right now, as a warning, I'll probably stop watching football after this year if they win it because it's going to be
unbearable.
nothing but how Mahomes is better than Tom
Oh, I
Brady.
can't deal with it. I'm so mad
That's
already.
all it's going to be.
I don't want to hear it
He
anymore.
needs to get crushed in this game.
Yeah.
Like crushed. And just keep him off the field.
Come on,
Keep
Barkley.
running the ball. Barkley,
Yeah.
run that ball, run that ball, run that ball. And here's the secret. If you're listening out there, coach, 5th graders.
Dude, the Bills
There's
need
like
to
12 of them.
The Bills need to fire McDermott, too. He kept running that same play that wasn't working. They should have hired Belichick this year.
Belichick,
They would've won.
They said the reason why he didn't get hired in the NFL, you burned so many bridges, which is understandable.
Well,
and
he is a
did.
dick.
Yeah, he is. So
He's not
that's
the
why.
nicest guy.
Yeah.
You should see him with a goatee. Forget it.
I mean, Johnson High School wasn't even going to touch. We weren't no part of Belichick.
I think that the NFL should hire me and Mike for the halftime show this year. Enough of the music. You know what I mean? We've seen it all. Hire me and Mike for the halftime show.
I hate that the build up for the music acts for the Super Bowl goes on for 6 months.
I could care less.
Could care less.
Could care less
You know
about
what
it.
I'm doing during halftime? Eating.
Eating.
I'm eating and dreaming about kicking fifth graders' ass. That's what I'm doing. I'm training for my fight. That's it. You know what I'm gonna have? I'm gonna take the chair too in the ring.
Are you gonna watch the Super Bowl?
I will watch it
I don't
because
wanna
again,
watch it. I know
but if
I'm
I
gonna.
feel
I don't
if I
wanna
feel Kansas City is gonna win,
Yeah.
it's off.
I already feel like that.
It's off.
As you know, Mike, I bet on Kansas City all the time, and I keep making
Because
money.
his theory is at least I can make some money on
Yeah,
these guys.
if I have to sit through this shit, I need to get paid. And I've been making money, and I'm still mad. I want to lose the money. Anyways, on a brighter note, it's been a very fun Mike and Brad show. Thank you to our
Wait.
viewers. What, did we miss something?
Yes.
What did we miss?
You asked me to come up with a dare for you.
Oh!
How much
Mike.
time do we have?
All right.
5:40.
Hey, we
all
got
right, we
plenty
got
of
one
time.
more thing. Mike
All right.
is, I
As you know,
always
folks,
ask Mike.
every week Brad comes up with a stupid dare for me, and then we put a price tag on it, and then we negotiate,
Yep,
and then we seek sponsors to make it a dream come true.
right.
Yet none has
No.
come to fruition.
I was
yet.
hoping he'd be walking
Yeah.
backwards by
Walking
now.
backwards was the greatest dare ever. It was, and if they're out there, I think I agreed to do it for like 800,000.
$850, I think.
Yeah.
$850,000. Mike is going to walk backwards for a year for $850,000.
Everything's backwards. So if I go to, I'm on stage, I get on stage backwards. Instead of pacing, I'm just walking backwards, turning.
grocery store,
pivot,
backwards.
go backwards, everywhere, wakes backwards. So that's all that.
All right.
So now, but Brad never gets a dare, and here's the dare.
All right. What do I
Ready,
do?
Brad?
Yep. Ready.
And I personally think this is a tough one.
Okay.
For 1 year, Brad, I'm going
Okay.
to try to do Brad. For 1 year, Brad, you cannot take your cat out of the house. No more putting your cat in a backpack. No more putting your cat in a stroller. No more putting your cat on a leash, which he does all three
That's
people.
true. I do.
If there's a good chance when he's not on stage, he's got his cat with him. So how much for you not to take your cat out anymore, ever?
For a year.
For a year, but then by then,
By then, he's going to be used to not going out. It might mess with him. A year.
how about this? I'm going to change it up and make
Okay.
it even more difficult.
All right.
Because this is a forever question.
Okay.
Forever, all your cats, which is 6 of them, all your cats removed from your house. And you can't have any more cats forever.
My current cats? You're going to take my current cats
I
away?
take fucking Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is gone and Smokey. Who's the other one?
You're thinking of Storm. She passed away.
Rest in peace, Storm. But what's the other one's name?
Wakanda?
All his cats have
Superhero
superheroes. In case you're wondering, so I go in, I
you're
take
coming and picking
Wakanda,
up-
I take Wakanda, and I take Bruce Wayne, and you can no longer have cats forever. How much?
Where are you putting these cats?
Tyler Hitler will be
are
taking
you
them.
killing them or you
No,
giving
no,
them?
no. They'll be in a good home. Tyler Hitler
They'll be in a good-
will take them.
Tyler Hill is not a good home. Wow.
That's a tough one.
I don't. Here's the thing.
Financial freedom.
Here's the thing. If it wasn't for Bruce, because he's by far the favorite, I'd do it at a reasonable price.
Are you saying, all right, let's negotiate.
Yeah.
You
Let
could
me
take
keep Bruce.
Wakanda.
Yeah, let me keep Bruce, and then I'll do it way cheaper. If you're taking, I don't think there's a number for. I love Bruce too much. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. I couldn't let you take Bruce. No,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a number. I don't think I would do it for $10 million.
Now you see, people, what I'm
I
dealing
love
with?
that cat. So he's one of my best friends. And you're like, how much to take Mike away from me the rest of my
Hey,
life? I'm not taking
is
Mike.
that
I'm
a
taking
cat
Mike.
shirt under yours?
A cat shirt?
Is that the one underneath? What do you got under there?
No, it's not a cat
It's a
shirt.
comedy bus?
No, it's I don't want to screw up my mic. It's
All right, yeah.
it's
All right. I
Pluto.
thought it was, yeah. So he has a new Brad
Never
Pitt
forget.
comedian comedian shirt, and that I designed for him, and his cat's on stage with him.
So the answer is you can't take Bruce for any
It's
amount
not-
of money.
Yeah, so it's
other-
the deal is dead on arrival.
Yeah, the other cats, we'll talk.
Let's talk. He could take Wakanda or whatever the name is for a Chick-fil-A #1 special medium with waffle fries.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Have a good night.